20th hour of Adventurers Wanted Rebellion. Sure.
Bring the noise.
This performance is not technically a relaxed performance, but we do have a relaxed attitude to sound and movement from the audience for the benefit of people who would struggle to say silent or still for an hour. The lights are going to stay just like this. There will be some sound effects. Thank you, Wilhelm. And some music from the back. If you do feel at any point that you are going to need a bit of a break, if it's getting too much, please do feel free to stick your head out. You will be allowed back in afterwards. If you need anything, Naomi is our stage manager. Give her a wave or catch her eye or something, and we'll try and help you as best we can. Now, I know some people in the room are aware of how this works, but this is a tabletop role-playing game, which means that the four people on my left and right control unique individual characters within a fantasy setting. I'm your Games Master, Leo, and as the Games Master, I will be controlling the rest of the fantasy setting. The fires that break out, the sun that is setting, and indeed the eldritch monstrosities that have just broken through the wall. But we'll get to that in a second. The story so far is that the characters have all been part of a rebellion against an imperial cult, which for the last 5 years has enslaved them all. Recently, their godlike leader has disappeared, leaving a vacuum into which a rebellion has been formed. The rebels of Holmwood managed to unite the local area, and now they're marching on the capital. They've come in, they've sprung people from the jail. It's chaos. There's fighting in the streets. The people are rioting against this card. Stop with the Hamilton.
You stop with the Hamilton.
I'm trying to build an atmosphere. The point is, it's a complete mess in this city at the moment, and this is where we will find in the town square in the final melee for the city, but not the castle on the hill. Our characters. So let's meet them. We're going to meet our players and our characters. So starting with yourself on my right, introduce yourself, your character's name, give us your pronouns, and also tell us a little bit about where your head is at the moment.
My name is Nemo. I use they, them pronouns. My character is called Telemachus, who also uses they, them pronouns. They are an elf rogue. They are very excited. They're kind of John Lawrence to carry on the Hamilton. They have, in the last couple of hours, been through a few fights and aren't looking too healthy. But they have and they gave a very nice speech about prisoners and the injustice system in prisons. But yeah, they have gathered up a group of prisoners and they are just launched into battle. So,
hi, I'm Chris. I go by he, him. I'm playing Kess, who goes by she, her. She is a monk, a rather mousy brown with a ponytail. Not the brightest, but very gung-ho.
Sorry, I am G. I'm playing Harvey, who's a bird man. And
I only just got that reference.
really?
Come on! I don't even like it, and I got the reference.
Wow!
Sorry,
I expected
man.
better.
Jesus.
if it's any better, I didn't get it until you said it was a reference.
Oh, there we go. Right, good.
And he has a habit of blowing things up with improvised magical grenades that he's made. Not always the best plan, but it happens.
My name's Bobby Anderson, go by he, him, and I am playing Neelis, a storm sorcerer, who was handed to me. He looks very good, though.
We'll find out about Neelis in the next hour, I'm sure.
If I can keep it up, he will be talking with a little bit of a twang.
All right, fine. No worries. Neelis, in fact, you find yourself, you've been carried along by the momentum of this battle into the town square. You've been fighting left, right, and centre these cultists, some of them more armoured than others, but you kind of caught them unawares, a little bit complacent, and this is what the rebellion has been riding off of for the entirety of the last sort of week or so, is that the cult was unawares. However, the cult do have some eldritch allies,
Bugger.
yeah, you've been fighting Grooves, these black-haired, lipless teeth with legs. You've seen a couple of people take down a larger version of this. What you see in front of you now is the largest you've seen yet. Standing at what must be nearly 10 or 11 feet, taking bits of masonry as it moves through the barbican of the castle that looks down upon the capital. This hulking eldritch creature, from now on I will refer to it as the Hulk. No Marvel references, please.
Is it angry, Leah?
It's very angry.
Right.
You don't like it.
I'm guessing it doesn't like us either.
No, it doesn't. And you've just seen it break through the barbican and swat one of your dwarf barbarian allies to its own death at the feet of...
Not Terry.
It was Terry. Terry.
Oh,
Oh, Terry!
Well, I've just backflipped over Terry and thrown his axe to someone, so, you know,
Yeah,
game's afoot.
As you watch, Kess scoops up Terry's axe and throws it over her shoulder, and following the curve of the axe, you see a riot. I believe riot is the correct collective noun. A riot of prisoners moving down the
I thought you were going to say dwarfs.
I mean, it works as well, doesn't it? Moving down the street into joining the battle. All around you is pretty much chaos. You can pick out cultists, you can pick out the Hulk, or you can try and do something fancy that I have not predicted.
Well, if there's a big Hulk that killed Terry, a good friend of mine,
Yeah,
I guess we should seek mighty vengeance on his
Absolutely.
behalf.
what would you like to do?
What would I like to do? Well, Terry was an awfully good friend of mine, so let's pump as much as we can into this thing. I'm going to shatter the big bastard.
Fantastic. So you run right up to the thing. Would you like to
That is a
describe
10-foot radius.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. Squishy little human, yes it is.
it's a 10-foot cube.
Is he? Oh, he's 10 foot tall. I'd like to run between his legs.
Okay, fantastic. Roll an acrobatics check for me.
Oh god.
Just as you try and slide between the thing's legs.
I'm worried
I'm
about
surprisingly
the actions
dexterous.
that Nay has been making in the corner. Just like, a ranged spell.
Oh, it is a ranged spell. Oh, okay, fine. Well, you can
Oh,
point
it does erupt from a point I choose.
from a point you choose. But I mean, we've done it now.
And it was a 7.
Oh.
Okay, I have also rolled really poorly. I've got a -1 on my dex, and I rolled a 7, so 6. So as you slide between its legs, it almost scoops you, and you let off the spell. Would you like to describe to us how the spell appears to others?
As I slide, I'm going to be in range of this. I did not think this through.
We'll say that
Terry.
maybe you make it appear at its head, yeah? So you're just out of
I'd
range.
assume as he looked down at me, directly between his eyes, the explosion will out from there.
Okay, fantastic. And does it have a storm feel to it, or is it just a...
Apparently, yes. Oh! And I will use my bonus action to tempestuous magic, flinging myself an additional 10 feet forward, landing beautifully on my
Fantastic. So I've rolled my Constitution saving throw, and with a +5, it is a massive 8.
Taking it down.
So roll your damage for me, which I believe is 3d8.
That is 6 plus 7 is 13 plus 2 is a mighty 15 damage.
Awesome.
That's not bad. That's not bad. And now I'm going to ask. I just wanted to give you an action just to give us an idea of the momentum of the battle at the beginning. But now I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
11.
13.
2.
5.
Sorry. So 5, 2,
Oh, wait.
11, and you got 13.
No, I got 2.
I want it.
You got Hulk 4. So the battle rages, and as it stands, you guys, the good guys, are losing. The commoners that you have whipped up into riotous revolution have not been well prepared. You have not given them armor or weapons, and they jump in trying to just, on your encouragement, trying to just batter people with their fists. But they get.
Hey, I'm a monk. That's how that works.
They get. Well, it's not for everyone.
Not bright enough to know the difference.
They get stuck with swords, and it does look like at this moment in time, apart from Neelus's incredible move, that your side is kind of losing at the moment. So that brings us to the top of the round, which is Kess.
Is the Hulk in front of me?
Yes. Well, I mean, it can easily be. You're a monk. You're really fast.
Correct.
You can get there.
What I'd like to do is run towards it and try and parkour up its leg to jam my sword, can say monk, directly in the centre of its chest.
Okay. I am going to say that a cultist does get an attack of opportunity at you as you run through it.
Please?
But it's a natural one, so don't worry about it.
I think as the blade comes, I sort of do a little slide underneath and then keep going.
Yeah, fantastic. And this is what Kess tends to be good at. Yeah, I told you there'd be sound effects. Right, roll your attack as you leap into the air. I swear I saw that.
Natural 20!
Yeah!
Good lord. This very big beastie is going to go down real quick, isn't it?
Well, I don't know.
That is
fair.
That is
That's not good
not
rolls.
good at all. So that's 7 points of damage as I stab it in the chest. I would then like to use the momentum from said stab in the chest to flip over the sword with a flying knee straight to its chin.
Are you taking the sword with you?
Yes.
Okay. Roll an acrobatics check.
Ooh,
Oh dear.
that is a 1.
Okay, I'm going to say you can either
Yep.
retrieve your sword
Yep.
or finish your attack.
Finish my attack.
Okay,
I
fantastic.
need my sword. Cool. I leave the sword in, use the momentum, and it's not coming with me. Flip up, and the knee goes straight up into its chin. That is a 13.
Misses. Or it doesn't so much miss as your knee cracks against its chin and the bone is somewhat harder than you thought it was going to be.
Oh. In which case, I flurry of blows.
Sure. You're now sort of in midair with cartoon gravity going on.
Punch the face.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
8. Yeah, that misses as well. You're not.
Does it hit? And
I mean,
also-
it hits, and your fist sort of recoils. You're not used to this.
No.
Kess, you're not used. This is the first enemy that you've been thrown against that has been able to withstand your fury. And
Cool.
you fall. I mean, unless you
land on
want to
shoulder?
like grab onto it. Yeah, I'd say roll another acrobatics check.
That is 12.
12. Yeah, it goes to flick you off, but you jump just over its arm. You may be fast. It may be stronger than you, but you are still faster than it.
So as I combat roll over the shoulder, hang onto its side, I'm just there on the shoulder.
Okay, fantastic. So
Whistling
you're
the
hanging
Attack on
onto
Titan theme tune.
it. Sure, why not? But your sword has been left in its chest, sticking out,
That's
looking
fine.
like a little bit of a dagger more than a sword in comparison. That was cool. Nice. So that brings us to Telemachus.
Can you describe what the area is like again?
So again, you're in a town square which very much looks like it would be a marketplace on any other day, but is currently cleared, cobbled flooring, which is covered at the moment with slick purple and red blood as eldritch grooves and humans and elves and dwarves alike all being slain. It's a bit chaotic. Over to your right, there is a barbican.
I don't know what it's
So it's like a front guardhouse gateway, which leads to a passageway which leads up the side of the hill to a castle. That's where the Hulk has come through, and it tore a bit of the masonry with it. As you watch, Kess does her magnificent acrobatics, and one of your sorcerer mates, that I don't know if you know him, Neelis.
Yeah, we're best bros.
Okay, cool. Slides underneath the legs and lets off a spell. yeah, so it's all a bit chaotic as your prisoners start running past you and getting stuck in.
Okay. Around this town square, are there lots of... How close are the buildings?
So you are at the end of the road. That's where we left Telemachus. So the buildings are no more than 10 feet away from you.
Okay.
On either side.
Telemachus has, again, very few hit points, so is going to try and use the lots of battle to sneak up onto a roof.
Cool. Roll a stealth check and an acrobatics check.
Okay. Stealth, 20.
20, yeah, nobody paying attention to you.
And acrobatics, 6.
6. Okay, so it makes no sense for you to not be able to do this because you're not under any pressure as such. But I'm going to say it does take your full action to get to the top of a roof.
Okay. Can I also fight while I'm up there?
I mean, we'll say that's what the stealth check was.
Okay.
So, so Telemachus spends their turn very stealthily climbing up onto the roof of a nearby building, and then readies their short bow at the top height match.
Yeah.
Sure. Cool. That takes us to Neelis.
Quick question. Tempestuous magic, my flying doohickey. Can I use that after casting a cantrip or before casting a cantrip?
Level 1.
No, it's 1 and above, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Soz.
Well, we're going to keep trying to be dramatic. That's
what we like.
There's a sword sticking out of this fella.
Correct.
There it is.
I would like to attempt to grab the sword and shocking grasp the sword.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah, I like this. Okay, roll your attack roll for shocking grasp. Is it an attack or is it a save for me? Can't remember. Yeah, touch attack. Okay.
Ooh, over 20?
Well, yeah, that'll hit.
20, yes. Ray of Frost, no, Shocking Grasp, D8?
Yes. I think it's a D6. They're not wearing metal.
It's got a sword.
Sword!
Yeah.
That's why I grabbed the sword!
Yeah. Does getting stabbed count as wearing metal?
It's
I
metal
thought yes.
inside it.
It says wearing armor made of metal.
So no.
D8 lightning.
D8 lightning.
He takes 3 lightning damage.
Okay, nice.
And I'm holding a sword.
Whittling
As the
away.
bolts crackle down the sword into it. Nice. It's its turn. It's going to.
Oh, bugger.
It gets to make a slam attack against every creature within 10 feet of it, which counts as you as well.
Okay.
So it's going to do that. So it's going to make 2 attacks, one against you, one against you. So 19.
Does not hit.
Can't believe it. I hate this Kensai.
Can say get X-rays.
19. I presume that'll hit you.
Oh, shield, no, why don't you help?
So, unfortunately, you take a whopping 14 damage as you are just wholesale slapped across the face by this thing's arm. It also, I'm going to say, hits another dwarf barbarian nearby, but the barbarian doesn't take it out. It sort of stands its ground. Yeah, that's its turn as it flails around with its arms. Kess, you somehow managed to hold on to its shoulder and
Yes, I
avoid
do.
getting hit.
Yes, I do.
Harvey. Yeah, Harvey, your turn.
Cool. I'm much like Telemachus. I'm a bit worse for wear at this point, so I take off and fly over the battle as much as I can.
Yep.
As
the parrot-like Harvey flaps their wings up in the back.
Caca! And I cast Spiritual Weapon.
Sure. Which
this time.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to be the same.
No, it doesn't have to be the same.
This time, just a giant boot. And I'm going to just.
Last time it was a smashed beer bottle.
Yeah.
This time,
giant boot that appears right in front of the Hulk's face and just smacks it right
sure.
in the head.
Roll
Does it
your
still
attack.
claim some divine symbol of your god?
I mean,
Let's say yes.
yeah, why not?
It's not a boot.
So I'm up.
I mean, that'll hit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
Cool.
hits.
That hits. Alright,
It's enough.
And it's a 1d8 plus my spell mod.
Yep. Yeah.
7.
7. sort of smack into the Hulk's. Is it a face? You can't quite tell. The sort of
His head.
bulbous chin is there, but the
Yeah.
eyes are not quite in where they should be, and its flesh is mangled. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Anything else?
No,
No?
I'm just sort of staying out of the way of
Hey.
things.
The battle rages on. And it is really not going well for the rebellion as the commoners are dying all around. The cultists really seem to have the upper hand in the momentum at the moment. There was something else I needed to roll there. Oh yeah, attacks from the barbarian that I spawned. Yep, on hit.
Excellent.
So this barbarian gets stuck into the Hulk as well, bringing her axe to bear against the legs. Splendid. Using the word bear deliberately there.
They're bear totem.
The bear totem barbarians. Right, that takes us to Kess.
Cool. If it's being hit in the legs, is it in any way looking like it's off balance?
Nope.
Right.
I mean, it maybe a smaller creature would have been off balance, but a smaller creature would be dead. The amount of battering this thing has taken.
Time to take it off balance. I'm on the shoulder.
You are on the shoulder. You're on the shoulder.
Lovely. I want to swing up and spear kick it in the back of the head, trying to knock it forward.
Okay. Sure.
So I don't have a weapon right now, so I'm just using the unarmed.
This isn't mechanical at all.
No.
Okay, I'm just
Just
gonna
flavour. That is a 22.
roll a strength check, I guess. We'll do a contested strength.
9.
I rolled a 5, which is modified to 10. So yeah, unfortunately not.
Doesn't matter, I'm using momentum. So that is 7 points of damage. As the spear kit connects, I'm trying to basically land on top of its head and then just jump up and down on the back of the head repeatedly, trying to get it to fall forward.
Sure.
Lovely. That is a 16.
Just hits. Yeah, so you, as you watch, you see a bone spurt in the back of its neck, and you're like, oh, probably shouldn't kick that.
No.
And just managed to dodge
Another
stabbing
6
your
points of
foot.
damage.
Thank you.
At which point, standing on the back of its head, I think I'm going to use a key point and take patient defense.
Of course you are. Of course you are. So, would you like to describe?
Oh, as I land on the back of its head and after the second jump, just sort of close my eyes.
And just listen.
Close my eyes. I know that I'm going to react far quicker if I use my senses and my intuition over actually thinking about what I'm doing.
Very daredevil. Lovely. Telemachus, you are up on the roof, and you can see the tide of battle is not going well for your people, for your riot, and you can also see everything that's happened with the Hulk from where you are. It would be easy to shoot anything within this town square with your short bow. Everything's within range.
I would like to shoot. How many cultists? How many grew?
There are at least still sort of 30 cultists, and each of 10 grew around. There's another mangler off to the corner as well. There's all sorts going on. But there are at least like 50 to 60 of your people in the square. Like, you have the numbers at this moment, but you're ill-equipped.
Yeah.
Outnumbered, outgunned.
Take him down. Take him down.
Always
Done it.
outnumbered, never outgunned.
We've got the big guy. Take him down.
Okay, I'll try and shoot some cultists.
Try and shoot some cultists. Yeah, go for it. Roll an attack roll.
13.
13 hits. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They're not particularly well armored. They're cultists.
And because I'm hidden?
Yeah, go for it. Sneak attack.
Yeah.
Yeah! 19.
Would you like to describe how this arrow eviscerates this cultist?
I think Telemachus is like very focused on what's happening with the Hulk, and just kind of isn't even paying attention.
Oh, is it one of those just, whoa?
It's a hawk.
Yeah.
Oh my
Whoa,
god.
my god! And then looks back and just sees that it's like the cultist has just been pinned to a building, and they're like, oh my god! And then is going to, after that, run to the next house and hide again.
Okay,
Nice.
roll your stuff check.
Nice.
Because I learnt my lesson.
You did
Yeah,
learn
rogue,
your
learn your
shit.
lesson.
You learned it the hard way.
Oh!
What was it?
It was a 1.
So as you scream, "Oh shit!" like, the cultist's mate looks up and sees you.
Yeah.
Okay, Neelis.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I know what you mean about being really damaged now.
How are you feeling, Neelis? Where you
Oh, bloody! One might say, mechanically speaking. Neelis would like to, while holding the sword, float 10 feet away.
Take sword with you.
With my tempestuous magic.
at? Okay, sure. So do you
this
try and
fella-
hold on to the sword?
Yeah, I want to bring the sword with. Well, okay, what I want to do is float away, bring the sword with me. Obviously, I have to fire a spell, so that'll be chromatic orb. But I'd also like to toss the sword to Kess, so he has his sword.
Oh, there's a lot going on here. Roll an acrobatics check.
You can do this. I have faith in you. I wanted to happen.
14.
Yes.
Okay, so what happens is you use the momentum of your storm winds to bring you back, and as the sword leaves the Hulk's body, you flick it up towards Kess at the top. Roll an acrobatics check. I mean, you're good at this. Oh,
That's a 1.
so Neelis, like you were there, you had them.
I was there for you.
You tried, and I appreciate
Do you
it.
know what Kess has? Her eyes closed.
We did establish this.
So I was concentrating on the fact that you attempted to knock the thing forward while I was hanging off its
We let me
front.
flavour it.
Go on.
The sword comes flying up towards me, and I go, "Oh, weapon!" and knock it. Instantly know that no, I am safe. I am.
Absolutely perfect.
Let's chromatic orb this.
Yeah, sure. Roll your chromatic orb. What is the chromatic orb?
A 4-inch diameter sphere of energy that will be lightning, obviously.
Lightning. Okay, fantastic.
Nice.
So this sort of dark blue pebble appears in your hand, and what did you roll?
A 22.
Nice.
Easy. You chuck it towards the Hulk, and it's not hard to miss to hit the thing.
I've got the damage. 3d8.
It's a good spell. That's what it is.
That is a mighty 18 points of lightning
Wow.
damage. And then I'm going to use my remaining movement to flee somewhere. Oh lordy.
The roof isn't safe.
Fantastic. I'm gonna. Can you make one more dexterity saving throw, and we'll see whether you manage to move in the direction of a cultist or not.
Dex save 12.
12. Yeah, you're okay. You've done a lot this round, but somehow you've come out of it looking
One
like
bit of
a
it was
badass. Yeah, there you are. 2 bits of it were useful. Okay. Nice. So that was all real good. Luckily for you, you're now out of range of the Hulk's reaping arms, which I have just recharged. I'm rolling really good with my recharges. So it gets to attack you and the barbarian.
Sure.
I get disadvantage against you, don't I?
Correct.
I've just rolled a natural 1, haven't I?
Yeah.
And a 2 against the barbarian. So the Hulk is...
It's bad luck, man.
I just want my big beastie to do something.
No, I'm currently a fly swatting around your head. That's what's happening.
Okay, fine. So the Hulk swoops its arms around, taking Black Curtain with it.
This is what happened to the Black Curtain. We were complaining about the other shows.
Yeah, it misses. We weren't complaining. It misses you entirely on the back of its head. That brings us to Harvey. Where were you? You were above
like
the battle,
just
right?
circling.
Just circling around.
Spiritual weapons out.
Spiritual weapon, yeah, with the boot.
which I can use. I use that as my bonus.
That
action.
can be your bonus
Okay.
now. Yeah, so you can do
so my
other things.
action will be I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Nice.
At level 1.
This is building really well with Chris's character.
So that's a modified 20.
Modified 20 will hit.
Oh,
And
man.
that's 46, I think it was.
This is 46. It's 46.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
Yeah, fine. So 4, 6,
That's a
9,
6.
and that's a 6. So wow, 15.
15.
Nice.
We are rolling
Whose was
well.
what?
Can you
That was
describe
the one you
your
won?
guiding bolt to us, please? And don't forget to describe the after effect that will allow it to give the next attack against it has advantage.
Yes. So the guiding bolt, I create a sort of sphere of white light in between my hands, and just shoot it towards the animal, the Hulk's back, right in the middle of its spine. And anyway, seeing the back of it, this bits of light inside it's under its skin kind of run up and down its spine and out through towards its limbs.
And in fact, as this guiding bolt lights up the skeletal system of the Hulk, you can see how twisted and broken the thing is. Its bones curve off in sharp spikes in places that look almost like briar ripping through its skin. It's not a pleasant thing. Awesome.
And then my bonus action of
You get to
using-
attack the boot, use
and
the
that
boot.
I get advantage on it.
Yes. He'll use it, yeah. So you get to roll again.
Good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
More damage.
cool. Which was
Its AC is 16, and that's a natural 16, so I can see it's a 15. But it's
What's the damage on
it's 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
yes. 12.
Nice.
Nice.
Harvey.
Wow, so in one turn you've done 24 damage to it, which is
Nice.
Nice.
not bad for a 4th level character.
That's all.
So the boot just smacks it in the spine.
Yeah,
right
like
where
it
the guiding
stamps
bolt is.
down.
Yeah,
right, in
absolutely.
the middle of its spine.
So it's been hit twice in the back. So is it off kilter?
Come on. Yes, ish. It is off kilter-ish.
Well, the head didn't work. Here's my go.
It's not your turn. It's actually I have to roll for the battle at large.
Yep.
Oh, finally! So it finally looks like the cultists are starting to be on the back foot a little bit as their lead monstrosity is starting to get the crap beaten out of it. yeah, the proverbial boot, exactly. Some of the
Ethereal boot, I think you'll find.
as the rebellion's forces have been fallen, more and more commoners and freed prisoners have been pouring into the square and just picking up the weapons of the fallen people and starting to get stuck in, and this time a little bit more equipped. Still could go either way, this battle. Yes, and we have just over 10 minutes to finish it. It's your turn.
So it's been hit in the back by the bolt, and it's been on. It's so slightly stumbled forward. I'm on the back of it.
Yes, yeah.
Cool. I would like to run down its arm. As I run down its arm, I am grabbing hold of its arm and yanking it. And the intention is to swing
pull it
and yank
forward.
and pull it over.
Is this kind of a grapple? Because
No, it's an unarmed strike, DM. I'm yanking! I'm a yanking!
it doesn't feel like a strike.
I punch as I yank.
You can punch or yank.
I'll yank.
Okay, cool. Firstly, you need an acrobatics check to run down the arm for a start.
That is an 11.
That's not great.
It's above a 10, you tell me.
I'm gonna. Yeah, well, it is above a 10, but also you're running down an arm. I'm gonna say that that's not enough. So you just
Okay.
slip on a piece of muscle that you weren't expecting to be where it is, and that's why your punch
Yes.
turns into a yank.
Oh, I see. Lovely. Okay.
Which is why. Yeah, exactly. Which is why it's now a grapple
Okay.
as opposed to. I get a bonus to this because I'm a size bigger than you, right?
Yes.
So yeah, go for it.
What am I rolling?
It would be athletics, wouldn't it?
Flat roll. 12.
15. So yeah, you yank on the thing, and you manage to hold yourself there if you want, or you can drop to its feet.
Can I
But the
use-
attack was unsuccessful.
Can I use the momentum of the swinging arm to make it punch itself in the head? As my unarmed strike, my third one for a flurry of blows.
Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting
Actually, no,
yourself!
it's only my second strike. Only my second strike.
Why not? We're a theatre show, not.
count as an arm strike technically?
Yeah, go on.
Lovely.
I am a generous DM.
It's an 11 again.
No, okay, so it misses. You managed to just flop yourself against its chest and I presume drop to your...
At which
drop
point
to
I
its
will
feet, or-
jump off it. It's a free
Yeah.
action to pick up a weapon as my sword on the ground.
Your sword will be on the...
Then I do the foot under, kick up, catch it on the front of it.
Fantastic. Okay, Telemachus.
Yeah. There is the cultist coming at me, but also there's the big thing.
Don't worry, I'm dancing with it, it's fine.
But also we have 10 minutes.
It's true,
Telemachus is frozen in decision.
No,
on
okay,
the top of
Telemachus
the
is going to see how cool everyone else looks hitting the thing and wants to also hit the big
Do it.
thing.
Do it.
That looks really cool.
Okay, fire your arrow off. It definitely doesn't know where you are, so you get to roll with advantage and your sneak attack.
Ooh, that was a 4. And that's 15.
15 does not hit.
Oh.
Its AC is 16. So you manage to you hit the mark, but your arrow pings off of a piece of bone. But that again shouldn't have been there. Any other thing it would have hit.
Okay,
But
I'm going to run and hide again.
roll your stealth check.
I can never find it. Oh, 21.
21. Yeah, you're definitely ducked behind a chimney, basically, and nobody can see where you're at. That leads us to Neelis.
How's this dude?
It is not looking good. Like, from where the sword entered it, when you pulled the sword out, it started pouring this purple goop of what you presume is its blood out from in front of it, and it is a little bit off balance, and Kess is just running circles around it. It's not looking good.
I don't know. I saw him fail that acrobatics check. We've only got 10 minutes left. Let's blow all the spells. I would like to create
Wise.
a cloud of daggers. I've got a 5-foot cube. I want it round its head,
Yeah,
Nice.
of course you do.
centered on
Amazing.
its head.
So that's a dex save from me, isn't it?
Nope. It just takes the damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts.
So, but surprisingly enough, it is in the space. Its dex is not good.
Oh no, it's just 44 slashing damage.
44 slashing damage, wow, so go for it.
Oh, you want that now?
Oh, because it would be at the start of its turn.
Technically, yeah.
Its turn is next, so
Okay.
you might as well just do it now.
These are not sharp daggers. Oh, that's better. A mighty 8 magical slashing damage.
Alright, not bad.
Lovely.
They're small cuts, but it's starting to look like this thing is giving up mentally. As you watch, though, it's one eye that is obviously an eye. Has
What's the other one?
well, like I say, it's this bulbous piece of flesh just sort of pushing out from its what you assume should be its face. It's not pretty. Have I not been making that clear? A new rage fills it, and
Excellent.
I have recharge. So just for you guys who know a bit about the mechanics, I've had to roll 3 recharge rolls today. I've succeeded all of 6.
Yeah,
I've
I've
succeeded
succeeded in
all
all
of them. So it's going to make an attack against you,
Please
and
do.
also an attack. I don't have to do disadvantages.
No.
13.
No.
13.
Flip over the arm.
It doesn't hit you or the barbarian. What's the point of having these big nasty attacks? Oh! Right, it's fine. It's fine. I've milked it enough. Let's move on. Harvey.
So, where is?
So basically, sorry
Just
for the Twitter.
immediate-
For the Twitter, its arm comes swooping back down, and Kess just hops over it.
Backwards, please.
Hops.
And okay, so I don't have any spell slots left. What did we establish was the damage that my ore grenades do?
Either 2 or 3 d6, depending on how well you've hit.
Okay, cool.
this magical ore that they've been forced into mining for the last 5 years for this cult seems to have explosive properties. They've worked out how to use them, but not why they have these properties yet.
Okay. So, I've got 4 left. I'm going to have one in each hand and one in each talon.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you want me to roll exactly?
Do you want to pop all of them?
Yeah, I'm just all 4 of them.
Okay, roll an acrobatics check just to see if you can pull this off. Yeah, well, you do.
19.
19, sure, fine.
Right.
You've been planning this move for a while, haven't you? This is why you got drunk last night.
Yeah.
You were like practicing. You cast mending on all of them.
Yeah.
And they start
ironically
to glow with this green. Are you going to try and chuck them all at it, or are you doing a sort of suicide run?
Oh no, I'm chucking them. It's like a.
Okay, I'm going to say 4 attacks with your Dex modifier at disadvantage.
Right.
Because you're doing all 4 as one action, and there might be a riot in the room if I let you just do it.
Okay. That's a natural 1.
Natural 1, so that one's going to blow up in your face.
That's a 9.
That misses.
That's a 7.
That misses. Come on.
And that's also a 7.
Okay, so it was really cool, but you just miss with all 4 of these gold grenades.
Well, can I say that the one goes off, sort of still in my hand, and that makes me fluff the
Drop
others.
all of the others. Yeah, absolutely. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as it erupts in your hand.
That could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
Did it make any craters in the ground next to?
No. I'm just I rolled for it. To be fair, I'm not just being vindictive.
Are these streets? They're really solid. Yeah.
No, what? Instead, where they landed is on cultists, blowing parts of body.
No, these streets are vibranium.
Asunder. Yeah. The streets are hard.
They are.
Thank you. Hero month.
I do
and
still have
your boots. Yeah,
my bonus boot.
I hadn't forgotten.
He gets to throw 4 things. Never mind.
You've done all sorts of weird.
Which,
you
again,
can be quiet.
I get to shoot a crossbow once.
It's a short bow.
Again, my boot just stamps on it, which would be a 50.
Misses.
Yeah, fine.
It's looking resilient at the last. Around the battle is swinging in favour of the rebellion still, and you can see the cultists are actually trying to pull back into the Barbican and back up the hill towards the castle. They're losing people left, right and centre. They had the upper hand to begin with, no longer. Kess, can you finish this thing off?
God, I hope so. I've got my sword in my hand.
Yep.
I combat roll between its legs and go for a calf.
Oh yeah, fantastic. You want to bring this down.
That is a 25.
Hits.
Hell yeah.
And that is 12 points of damage.
Cool.
As I slash across and go for the calf, I also punch it in the back of the knee.
Okay. It's a very big knee.
That is a 24!
Doesn't matter, the bone structure's not what it should be.
And that is 7 points of damage.
Fantastic.
Please tell me it's down on its knees.
Yeah, why not?
And I jump and spin kick it in the jaw.
I'd be surprised if you finish it.
11.
That jaw, man, that jaw is real hard. Real hard. You go for that same place before, just out of instinct, and you've forgotten what happened to your foot last time.
Well, now I have a broken foot.
You've said it, it's canonical.
There we go.
Your foot snaps against the jaw. Telemachus. It's down on its knees.
Come
Kess
on, do it.
Tries to come up for a flourishing kill, but breaks her foot.
Oh no.
Oh, so your arrow just pings off of it again.
Can I ask where Gashik is?
Yes, Gashik, the lizard person leader of the prisoners that you broke out, is down in the town square, holding on to an axe that he's picked up from a barbarian, just hacking into a mangler.
Can I try and shout at Gashik and just be like, it's down on its knees, go, go, go!
Roll a persuasion check.
Nice.
Kashyyyk is in somewhat of a rage. Not mechanically, but just, flavourful. And does not pay attention to you.
Okay, I'm going
sorry.
to hide again.
I'm sorry, Nemo. Go on, roll your stuff check.
Yeah, I'm hidden.
Okay. Nilus.
Oh, hello.
It is looking... It's on its last knees.
I hope it doesn't have any more, though this is an eldritch horror.
Who knows?
I'm
Who
assuming
knows?
if it's down on its knees, it's fallen out of my cloud of daggers.
It has fallen out of your cloud of daggers. Although, actually, I don't know, would it up to its knees be 5 foot? Probably not. It's probably like the top half of its head is just in the bottom half of your cloud.
Nice. Let's continue blowing all the spells. I would like to, really weak, like on its last legs.
Yes.
I will start with a shatter, but I am going to be flying. I'm going to walk in 10 feet towards it, start with a shatter, and then I'm going to fly at its head and try and dagger it in the eye. Aye.
Singular. Aye. So...
Oh, dear.
That'll be an offhand attack, though, so...
I succeed in my con save this time with a modified 20.
Well, take half of this.
I will.
What's this? The shatter.
That's
is
the
3d8.
shatter. 3d8.
Oh, that's better. 14, so 7 thunder damage for you.
Okay. 14 would have killed him. Just so everyone knows. So it has 7 hit points left.
Oh no.
At the top of its turn, it's going to take the cloud of daggers damage.
10!
Yes! Would you like to describe to us how this finishes this thing off?
Neela shatters above the cloud of daggers, and the cloud of daggers are all magically forced down into it.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Simultaneously.
it just becomes a pincushion as these daggers fall, point down into the top of it. It groans and crashes forward.
Realising I
onto
don't
the
need to
floor.
stab it, I just mightily sort of go through the air over its body.
And again, you look like a badass. Nina's
No, this isn't badass. This is beautiful.
There we go.
graceful, majestic. That's the word. Neelis, you started this fight and you finished it.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
As you look around, the cult. The cult's morale breaks at their Hulk falling to the ground, and there are shouts of retreat, and you can see them beginning to rout through the Barbican and up towards the castle, where they will ensconce themselves and wait for a final fight. But unfortunately, guys, that is where we're going to have to leave this hour of Adventurers Wanted.
Can I add a little addendum? I just, as a final fuck you, basically, I bring my ethereal boot down on the thing's head and just smash its
Smash
head.
it. Nice.
Oh,
Squish, squish.
Sorry,
why?
Kes.
Why? As Kes is
This is an incredible tableau.
covered in purple. If you enjoyed that, guys, we've got 80 more hours of this to go. Every day of the Fringe up until the 26th. From 10:30, last doors at 1:30, as you guys know. If you can't manage to come back, though, please do follow us on Twitch, where we've been live streaming, twitch.tv/Adventurers Wanted. And Naomi has been live tweeting the entire thing on Twitter as well, at Adventurers250, so you can keep up as you're strolling around the Fringe. We're also on Facebook and Instagram and Patreon. If you really like what we do this every month in London, trying to bring D&D to a wider theatrical audience. And you can also, just to be clear, come and play with us.
Play with us.
Play with us.
Join.
Okay, we're going to leave that there. Just before we leave, we're just going to throw over to our players for any plugs of things that they have been working on or would like to bring visibility to at the Fringe. So, Nemo, would you like to start us off?
I am plugging my friend show. It's called Lady Killer at Pleasance Courtyard, 1 o'clock every day. And if you have ever worked in customer service, apparently it is very relatable to you. It is about how customers are shit.
Great. Chris?
I work on a wide variety of shows. When I'm not playing D&D, I'm a theatre PR. So if you head to my website, which is chrishislop, hislop.com, yes, there's 12 shows like this one listed there that are all relatively anarchic and oddball. So if this is your sort of thing, you'll find more stuff there you might like.
G.
Coriolanus Vanishes is a one-woman show at the Traverse. It's on at a different time every day, but it's had a bunch of. It's a psychological thriller. It's very good. It's had a bunch of good reviews. Go and see it.
And yourself.
I'm part of a group called Strike Comedy, who are not actually. We don't have our own show at the Fringe. We're an improv troupe. Would you believe improvisers enjoy D&D?
I know, right?
But we are taking part in the improv cage match tomorrow at. Hit me with that time, Alex. Is it 11?
Sure.
Sure, it's in the evening. It's the improv cage match.
Okay, fantastic.
We tagged their Twitter on our page, so if you want to find out.
So the Twitter is tagged, so if you do want to find out more, go over to Twitter. What? I was saying it for the stream.
I know, it's just a weird turn of phrase.
Okay, fine. Well, that's put a bit of a damp squib on the outro, hasn't it?
It has, actually, yeah, it has really, yeah.
Thank you very much for coming, everybody. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and have a great day. Thanks.